Hello everyone, this is Chavi. As you know, we are doing chapter 4 executive of political science book Indian Constitution at Work. Today we will continue with part 4th of this chapter. But before starting with the topic, I request you all do like, share and subscribe this channel, and for any queries please write me in the comment section. So in this we will learn about Prime Minister and Council of Ministers, and we will also learn the various powers enjoyed by the Prime Minister in the country. Beta, we learned in the previous video that the President of India is the constitutional nominal head, and the real head of the government is the PM and his Council of Ministers. All the decisions taken in the name of President, but the President can't act on his own according to the Constitution. The President can only act on aid and advice by the PM and with his Council of Ministers. So now we will start with Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. Beta, the first point which I have written is that the Prime Minister is known as the head of the government. As you know, that President is the head of the state while Prime Minister is the head of the government. He is termed as a real executive while the President is the nominal executive. But a Prime Minister is the most important political institution in the country. Yet there is no direct election to the post of the Prime Minister. As written over here, the President appoints the Prime Minister, but the President can't appoint anyone he or she likes. But they appoint the leader of the majority party or the coalition of parties that commands majority in the Lok Sabha as Prime Minister. But in case no single party or alliance gets a majority, then the President appoints the person most likely to secure a majority support. And remember this thing that the Prime Minister does not have a fixed tenure. Means not having a fixed time period. He continues in power so long as he remains the leader of the majority party or coalition. But after the appointment of Prime Minister, the President appoints other ministers on the advice of the Prime Minister. And these were the different Council of Ministers. It is said that the Prime Minister is free to choose minister as long as they are members of Parliament. But sometimes a person who is not a member of the Parliament can also become a minister. But such a person has to get elected to one of the houses of the Parliament within 6 months of appointment as minister. These Council of Ministers were divided into various ranks. The first one are the Cabinet Ministers. The second is the Ministers of State. And the third one, Deputy Ministers. But the Cabinet Ministers are usually the top level leaders of the ruling party. And Ministers of State are usually in charge of smaller ministries. And Deputy Ministers are the ones who assist the Cabinet Ministers. So this is how the Council of Ministers used to do work. But the Constitution does not say very much about the powers of the Prime Minister. But as head of the government, the Prime Minister has wide-ranging powers. The first one, he chairs cabinet meetings, as we had discussed about the Cabinet Ministers, Ministers of State, Deputy Ministers. They were known as Council of Ministers. And remember that the Council of Ministers cannot exist without the Prime Minister. So he is the one who is responsible to chair the cabinet meetings. His means the decision of Prime Minister are final in case disagreement arise between different departments. He is the one who distributes and redistribute the work to ministers, and even we can say he is the one who provides ranks and portfolios to the ministers. Beta, when the Prime Minister quits, the entire ministry quits. This is very important. Even it is said that the death or resignation of the Prime Minister automatically brings about the dissolution of the Council of Ministers. But the demise, dismissal or resignation of a minister only creates a ministerial vacancy. So this is all about the Prime Minister, the Council of Ministers and the powers enjoyed by the Prime Minister. So now in the end, this is all for today. Today we had learnt that what is the role of the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers and the powers which are enjoyed by the Prime Minister. So please do this thing exactly the same in your register. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Have a nice day.